Jacob Weber, welcome. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Happy to be here, man.
Yeah, stoked you're here. Me and Jake have a really good relationship, guys. We got to meet over the summer. We met a few times. I think we met in person first when we threw that initial party out here in LA year and a half ago, something like that.
But we really bonded over going on a cruise together.
We really bonded going over.
I'm not a surface level person, so our friendship just blossomed over the cruise.
Yeah, what a beautiful experience that was, and I can't wait to get back on it.
Oh yeah. I'm like a southern mama when it comes to cruises. I love that shit.
Dude, aren't you just a southern mama in general?
I was a southern mama, and I'm reincarnated as a little rocker guy.
As a little rocker guy. Yeah, dude, you fit the type, except for that one chick, she called you a poser rocker guy.
Yeah, but she's a fucking poser. She could suck my balls.
Yeah, this chick, she comes up to Jake on the cruise, and she's like, what did she scream? She like called you a poser or something?
She called me a poser, but she didn't even know who I was. She just saw what I was wearing. But I bet I could name more bands than her, so she could really suck my balls. And then she also saw, after that happened, she saw me take photos with like 3 people, and then she apologized. So yeah, hump on my nuts.
Yeah, she had like some kids came up to take photos or whatever with Jake, and she like came and apologized after, being like, sorry, I guess you're not a poser, you're somebody.
No, I get that though. You know, I understand that older people might see me dressed like how they dressed back in the day and think that I'm just ripping their style off. But I actually listen to the style that I'm inspired by.
What when it comes to your style, your look, because there's nobody like you who I know.
Oh, thank you, young man.
And I love it. You're very unique. But what started pulling that? Because did you dress this way, everything inside Kansas?
Well, actually, I the music that I listen to, I actually never knew about when I lived in Kansas. I listened to 70s classic punk.
Oh, sure.
And honestly, it's not that mainstream in general. So you could be growing up listening to like AC/DC and stuff like that. Pretty much everyone's exposed to that. But this music, whenever I talk to someone that also likes rock, they usually have not even dove into this pocket of music. But this pocket of music has inspired like so many genres, and also fashion. Super hardcore. It's like the most underrated genre with the biggest impact ever.
Who are some of your favorite bands and people to go check out for any of those listening that you could?
My favorite bands are number 1, The Germs, Black Flag, Dead Boys, and then if you want stuff that's easier to listen to, I'd say Sex Pistols and the Ramones.
I think out of all of them, the only one I know there's the Sex Pistols.
That's fine. Exactly. But you know the Ramones because they sing, "Hey, oh, let's go."
Yeah, those
exactly.
Guys. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check those out because I appreciate your music taste. You know, if guy gets ox,
it's definitely music that makes the hose leave. But it's more of something
for the boys.
It's more of something that once you understand it, you'll appreciate it. Like this music, like at the time, the edgiest thing to do was be Elvis and rock your hips. You know what I'm saying? And this genre just came in so rebellious. They're like, we do not give a fuck. We're gonna do whatever we want. We're gonna cut ourselves on stage, and we're gonna bleed, and we're gonna rebel, and we're gonna say fuck this and fuck that. And they were so angry. And so many of them died like in their 20s, like
just living to the fullest.
Yeah, dude. They're all a bunch of rodents. Like, I mean, there's like heavy metal where people, it's like rah, rah. But you know, it's like it's almost like 2 put together in a sense.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like punk was just no one knew how to sing, no one knew how to scream, but they were angry, dude. Like it's it's not a persona. Like everyone was just miserable.
They
I
were
love
living
it.
it.
They were living it, dude.
And the chaos wasn't so much in control, it was just actually chaos.
It was
Yeah.
actually chaos.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll find that with, like, man, I'll be listening to some metal where I'll be like, "You're trying too hard to sound like a sound instead of
Yeah,
actually
well,
being
it's
the
like a
sound."
perfected thing,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's not like this, like, it's I feel like it's more technical, you know?
Mhm.
It's something to, like, impress it's something impressive, you know?
And there's nothing like a metal show where the band actually knows what kind of energy those people are looking for, where
Yeah,
they let the crowd just get into it. And like
yeah.
when you see the mosh pits, those things are insane,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like I've seen some, it's like it's everybody's willing to fight, everybody's willing to just check each other as hard as they humanly can, slide in the mud, do whatever they got to do.
I would
Those are
never
good
go in a
times.
mosh pit. I would never do that.
I've been to a few concerts. The worst one I was ever in was actually when I was like 16 or 17 years old, and it was 3 Days Grace. And it was a
Momcore.
momcore. Yeah, but it was pouring rain. So it was like they were on the Coke stage in Calgary, which is like it's at the Stampede. You don't have to pay for it. Anybody can just attend, right? And I go to that, and then it just starts pouring rain. And it was because of the setting of the scene, not necessarily the music,
Mhm,
but the setting of the scene. Everybody was like, "We're gonna mosh right now,"
mhm.
right? And it was just a muddy field. So
That's disgusting.
it
I
was
would never do
gross.
that. I'm more of a I would say that I'm a pretty careful person, in in a few senses, like I wouldn't like put a cigarette out on myself. I'm careful in that sense. I don't like to be uncomfortable, but also I don't give a shit about many things at the same time.
my my favorite thing about you is the untapped moments of you don't give a fuck what people think.
Mhm.
That's something you definitely won't care about when it's so you'll out of pocket things will come out of your mouth in the least expected times, and I find it is hilarious. Like,
Thanks, man.
unpredictably hilarious, which is like one of those types of humors that it's like um you'll let the verbal intrusive thoughts win
Yeah.
and not care about the consequences,
Oh,
which
dude,
makes it so funny.
I just don't care. I mean, I just I grew up in the Bible Belt, and
Mhm.
I've had so many people judge me because I never went to church, and I don't care what anyone's beliefs are. But I was hardcore judged, and I just grew up hating the idea of rules and manners and being good and being a good student. Like I just felt it felt like a snake was like wrapping around my neck.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, we're a bunch of mammals. And like, who really gives a fuck if you put your elbows on a table or not? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? It's just all bullshit. Like, I don't think I'm going to change for anyone. And I don't think I have to act a certain way for anyone. So that's kind of ingrained in my brain. I don't give a rat's dick, dude.
You're out here to prove nothing to anybody but yourself, right? And
Yeah,
in proving to yourself, you're gonna act in accordance to your own law.
exactly. And
Nobody
that's why I like
else's.
punk music, dude. I feel it in my soul. Like when I listen to that music, like they understand how I feel. Like they put
Mm.
everything like how I feel in the words.
Mhm.
And it rocks. I wish I would like I don't know. I
Well,
wish
you're helping build to it, man. You're putting out your own music. You're supporting all the events, the brands, like everything. You're pushing that message out, and I find, like, you could see with what's happening with your audience that a lot of people relate to the way that you feel,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely, dude. I love my audience. I do have a very deep connection with my audience, I'd say, because they're like I feel like they're just like me, like because I'm very open and I'm myself, so it's like a mirror, you know.
Mhm.
I mean, I think people are drawn to people that have this. I think people are drawn to people that have a similar interest as them. I think people that are negative have a negative fan base, and
Mm-hmm.
people that are positive have a positive fan base. And I think I'm pretty positive with the people that watch me, and they're positive back, and we all just have a lot of fun.
Yeah, you definitely have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a reflection to the universe what you put out, right? So the
Yeah.
universe is going to respond to you with the same type of energy that you give out to it.
Dude, also, like, I've heard people say stuff like, dude, I hate it. Like, okay, so, they say that you are who you hang out with. And
Yeah.
I believe that so heavy.
Me too.
I hear people say, I need to get out of LA. Everyone sucks here. And I'm in my head, I'm like, actually, I kind of think you suck. So it makes sense.
You know what? My friend put it in a really good term, and this is the analogy he used, and it works perfectly for LA. People who are like, I hate traffic.
Yeah.
Like, I hate the traffic. I hate sitting in traffic. He's like, you are the traffic.
Mm-hmm.
You are the participator inside the traffic. So as you're putting that energy out onto everybody else around you, they're also responding to that energy in you, right?
100%.
If you're going to be the negativity inside LA and the reason why this place is a bad place in some people's eyes, well, you're right, because you're making it such.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the traffic does suck, but like, who fucking cares? Like, just do it. I don't like, I'm in traffic and I don't think anything of it. I'm like, yeah, long time home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm not a miserable person. Like, I just accept everything for how it is all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think about things subtly in the back of my mind. I don't stress about the past or the future. Like, to me, like, all my past is dead. Even me yesterday is dead. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't give a shit about my future, because I'll die tomorrow. Like, the only version of me that's alive and breathing right now is me right now. So I mean, just people, it's so like, people like stress and people are negative, and I don't know, I'm just very in this very moment, this very minute. That's the only version of me that exists, and I'm very aware of that.
Alan Watts has a good quote on that. You are not entitled to be the same person you were 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can take whoever you were 5 minutes ago and yesterday, last week, last year, and you can choose to be a different person from here on forward.
100%.
And so people have epiphanies.
Mhm.
That's a real thing, right? How you react to the cards that are sitting in front of you and the information that you know and what you choose to play with them, right?
Mhm.
That's the only thing that we're in control of.
Mhm.
We're only in control of how we act in accordance to our beliefs, and those beliefs can change at any given time. So let's kind of push away the thoughts of the past and like focus on the future. And you can just be whoever you want, right?
Yeah, I don't even care about the future though.
Right now.
Fuck the future. I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care if I die tomorrow.
You care about right now.
Right now, like, I do not like plan my life 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead. Like, I could die tomorrow. I wouldn't give a shit. Like, I'm right now, baby.
How do you find that serves you in your life? How does that bring you happiness?
The only thing that brings me happiness is who I am right now, what I'm doing, and I'm pretty happy doing this podcast. So
I'm pretty happy about
I'm
it.
vibing out. Like, I mean, I am in a constant same mood all the time.
Consistent.
I'm never really sad, and I'm never really mad. I'm just always vibing.
I will attest with this, everybody. He's always vibing.
I'm always vibing.
He's always vibing. Do you find how easy do you find it to walk away from things to protect your peace then? Because in somebody who's in a constant,
easy.
It's easy to walk away from anybody that's bothering you.
People that bother me annoy the fuck out of me, and I'm not scared to say no, because sometimes you have to put yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a selfish person, but I think everyone's selfish to a healthy degree,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I'm selfish to a healthy degree. If someone, and also, like, I feel like, with having friends and doing anything, I feel like everything has to be equal. Let's say, like, I have a buddy that wants to invite me to parties all the time. I feel like I have to, give my fair share of being a friend and maybe invite them to parties sometimes too. I hate things being one-sided. I like to be fair with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I try to keep it that way. Yeah. And there's like, there's some people that just, where I just feel like I'm doing all the work in the friendship, and I'll cut them off. I don't care. I like I like the feeling of being fair with people, and I don't like when people are toxic. Like I'll cut off a toxic motherfucker. Like, I pretty much only have one best friend, and that's Mr. Johnny Gilbert.
Yeah,
And
you guys are so tight.
that's my fucking princess, dude. But he could do, dude, he's like me. Like he's always just chilling. He's never gonna start a problem. He's down to kick it. Like there's just I don't like to be around anything that does disturb my peace. And I am pretty easy to cut it off because I don't enjoy being around it. If I don't enjoy being around something, I will not be around it. And it's pretty easy for me to do that.
Like you said with the party analogy, like what ends up happening there is everybody gets to party together more.
Yeah, that's right, dude. That's right, dude.
Like they invite you out, you invite them out, you end up just as you take care of your community, your community ends up taking care
exactly.
of you.
Like
Yeah.
when I always try to keep everything very fair in my life with relationships and connections. I never make sure I never want anything to ever be one-sided, That's it's a team effort.
Yeah, I can attest for this. Anytime Jake has had an event that he can bring me to, you invite me to it. I got to state that. You've been a great friend inside that sense. We've had some good times because of it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's cool. Your relationship with Johnny, how did you guys meet? I think I first met him at your birthday party.
I rated Johnny on Twitch, and then he followed me, and then we hung out in person, and it blossomed very beautifully. Johnny was a quiet guy when I first met him, but I could be a quiet guy myself, and I think that some people might misinterpret it. I think that some people might misinterpret his quietness for maybe being rude or like closed off, like, oh, this person doesn't like me. But people say that about me. So when I first met him, I was like, I like this guy. I like this guy, even though he's quiet and seems closed off. I know it's not true. I know it's just how he is. And we moved in, and people really like us filming together, and which makes me really happy because I love filming with Johnny.
Yeah, you guys are a good pairing. My first time meeting him, he was quiet for like that first party that we were at. That's the first time I really remember getting to talk to him, was at that one you took me on top of that hill. Can't remember that one was at. It was cool. Good property. Yeah. And beginning of the night, he was like pretty quiet, like kind of like walking around with us, like whatever.
Exactly.
And then as soon as we got all to the table and started like really socializing, I'm like, this guy is not quiet. He's down to say what's on his mind and how he feels and whatever, as soon as he's comfortable. And same with you, like as soon as you were comfortable with me, you were like, I'll be myself.
That's why I hate surface level conversations. I actually completely avoid them at all costs. Like most of the time I'm zoning out at surface level conversations. There's something so special about getting to know. There's something so special about getting to know someone on a deeper. Sorry. There's something so special about getting to know someone on a deeper level. I mean, imagine if people just met Johnny and just took that for who he was, and then never got to the point where they could like crack his shell and just see the beautiful person that he is. I mean, that surface level shit, it doesn't even matter. Like when you get to know someone, you get to really know them. That's all that matters. And that's all I want to do in relationships, is like get to know like who people are inside. Because when you meet people, they're intimidating. And then when you get to know them, they're like just this wholesome, fragile, normal person.
At the end of the day, people are people, right? Yeah. And when we go out, we all wear types of masks.
Yeah.
Right? What do our masks look like on initial? What do we try to make ourselves seem like when we're initially talking to somebody? Right? The goal is for any relationship is to take off that mask. I don't know which study it was, but I read somewhere that it was like a human can actually only put on a mask for about 4 months. Ooh, it was a conversation I had with a good friend of mine. A human can only hold a mask for about 4 months But how crazy is that somebody can actually wear a mask for 4 months?
I get that though.
Yeah.
People want to show people their best side.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why that's why I don't like surface level stuff, because it just doesn't feel real.
Mm-hmm.
And I just see that. I feel that. I feel like I'm wasting my time. But it's really cool when you break past that. It's also really scary, because then that's when you kind of learn if you don't like someone, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they get comfortable with you. When they get comfortable, that's when you see the real them. And then that's when you could really feel out if they're worth keeping around or not.
Yeah, and you get to, but it's cool to see somebody for their true colors, because you either fall in love with what those colors are, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, actually, I wish I was seeing this a lot sooner.
Well,
Right?
that's what's interesting, is because with Johnny, he pretty much gives you nothing, and then you slowly get to know him, and it just gets better and better and better. But there's people that you meet, and you think they're the best person ever, and then they slowly get shittier.
Get worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'd say that's way more common, because people will try to. Do you ever see like mirroring, like how
Yeah.
people will like mirror you? Right?
Yeah,
And try to, like,
that's what I do.
you mirror people a lot. Yeah.
Well, I used to do
Yeah?
that. I mean, I'm myself more than ever, but it's like an autism trait. Basically, like when growing up, like I looked at things around me socially and tried to pick those up and try to understand them. So
How am I supposed to be acting?
yeah,
By replicating others?
yeah,
Yeah.
I would
okay.
look at little facial expressions and laughs and how people dress and things like that, and take notes of it and then do it myself.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't do that anymore. Like, I give less of a fuck than I ever have before. I don't care to impress anyone. Like, anyone. I don't give a, maybe hot girls. Oh, yeah. No, I fucking love girls. So,
Yeah, impressing the women's a good feeling.
but I still I still don't care.
Yeah.
Maybe that could impress them though. That's like, I don't know.
Well, they too, man. Like with girls, it's like how many times do you think men will be approaching a girl and being like, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, and it takes months of them dating to figure out that somebody isn't who they say they are. So how attractive is it when you see somebody and they are just who they are? That's like instantly, it's a green flag.
Oh, dude, honestly, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know. I personally think that I don't put on a mask.
I don't think you do.
I think that I'm the same person the first time I meet someone. Even if I'm really trying to impress them, I think I'm the exact same person as I would be a year later talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't feel myself like trying to like impress anyone. I just like do not give a fuck. Like, I do not care to have conversations with anyone. Like, I'm just vibing, And if someone likes me, then they like me, and if they don't, then they fucking don't. Like, I'm so comfortable within myself that I don't feel like I need to be a different version of myself for anyone. Like, who I am right now is all I want to be.
What ends up happening when you're trying to impress others is you don't realize that they don't really care. They're more so thinking about, how am I trying to impress you? So everybody's caught up in this, like, let's try to impress each other, right?
Yeah.
And when that breaks, when somebody decides to be vulnerable, right, and just be themselves, what does vulnerability create? It creates more vulnerability.
Yeah.
Right? And then on authenticity, and then just a natural state of being instead of wearing these masks.
Well, a lot of people
Again and
actually
again and
like
again.
to talk about themselves, and I would rather talk about the other person, because I already know everything about myself, and I'm not trying to impress anyone with, you'll meet someone and be like, yeah, I made a song with Jay-Z once, and blah, 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 like, please suck my balls, like, I don't like list my achievements, but that's kind of the thing to do in LA. But when I pull up to a party, like, I'm just interested in getting to know the other person. I don't care about proving to them that I'm awesome. Yeah, I want to hear if they're awesome, and if they're not, then I don't want to talk to them.
Dude, that is such a thing in LA though.
It is listing your
such a thing.
achievements when you meet them. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're a fucking idiot.
One of the best pieces of advice that I ever got from a buddy when I was coming out here was we were at one, you know, those events that like on the scene when just everybody's there, you know, like everybody, all these actors and celebrities and like whatever that you've seen on TV. And just because you know them, you might be thinking like, I need to let them know who I am, right? Not the case, not the play to make. The play to make is actually to just try to make everybody have fun.
Yeah.
Like, just try to be a good time with everybody because ultimately everyone's out to party.
Yeah.
They're not out there to try to do business. And if they are, it's just not the place to do it.
And also, if you got it, you don't need to talk about it.
Exactly.
Bill Gates doesn't go to Chipotle and tell you about himself and how much he's worth. They don't give a fuck because they got it.
You just know. Bill
They don't
Gates.
need to say it.
Yeah.
You know? But if you don't got it, then you need to tell people you got it. You know? And, you know, I'm comfortable with what I got.
And there's
I don't
those.
need to tell nobody.
There's those, you know, a lot of the wealthiest, most successful, powerful people that I know are guys with like 30 Twitter followers if they have Twitter at all. You know what I mean? Or X. And those people are sweet because they got it.
Yeah.
And they don't need to share it. They know that they could, right?
Yeah.
They know that they could blast on whatever platform. They know the influence they have inside their circles. But it's best to be wealthy and anonymous instead of rich and famous in those people's eyes.
Yeah,
right?
man. Yeah.
But speaking on fame, you dig it, don't you?
Dude, fucking love that external validation. Shout out to my therapist.
You said to me once, you're just like, I want to be famous as fuck.
Dude, yeah.
I think that was word quote by quote, and I'm like, I support it. Like, if that's what you want to do, go crush it.
That's what I'm doing, baby. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to make my mark.
Dude, I heard I was talking with Brian. He was here earlier before you got here, and I was like, yeah, Jake's come by. He's like, he's killing it right now. I'm like, yeah, I keep hearing he's killing. I've seen his channel. He's killing. He was like, no, dude, he posted yesterday, and you should see what his video is doing today. And I'm like, Jake's getting famous as fuck. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Congrats on the success.
Yeah, man. Thank you. People really like me and Johnny together.
You know,
it's really cool.
You said, I remember, because you moved in right before the cruise.
Yeah.
Right? And you guys, I think you made a couple videos together before that time. And you're like, I'm going to run with this. And I love it, man, when I see my friends be like, I see I call them threads, right? It's like an invisible fishing line in the universe that you see and nobody else sees. You're like, I'm going to pull on this thread because it feels attached to me. And let's see where it goes. And I love when I see my friends toss out those threads and catch a big fucking fish.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, like, I don't know. I think that I'm someone that works really well with bouncing off of someone else. And Johnny's just the perfect person to bounce off of because he also says silly things like I do. So then it's just times two the silly. And people just seem to enjoy it, which I'm super happy about. It is a little overwhelming because I've always wanted this where I'm at right now. Like, I mean, what I want at the end of the day is infinite, but this is more than I've ever had. And it's a little overwhelming just have it being there because I'm like, oh my God, I've always strived to like get this kind of attention, but now it's happening and it's kind of scary, but it's also a vibe.
Yeah, what do I do with it?
Yeah, like I used to have like 300 people in my lives on Twitch, and then all of a sudden it was like 2,500, and I was like, whoa, some of you need to fucking leave. That's a lot.
It's funny when you're staring at a screen, but then you think you're like, that's a lot of people I'm standing in front of speaking.
Yeah.
Right now.
And it's so funny because now whenever I go to Walmart or Target, people come up to me and want to take a picture of us. But I mean, that's where we film. So
yeah, you've been shooting a bunch.
So
of
we
there,
get
right?
very recognized in big stores. Yeah, it's pretty silly.
You guys destroyed your house or something the other day, dude. I was with your realtor, and he's like, did you see what Jake did to his house?" I'm like, "What?" And I look at the video, and I was like, "These guys just went off in here. You're crazy." Dude.
Yeah, I'm actually moving in a couple months.
So you're getting ready for the sale,
For what?
like for the house. The video, like, let's get it nice and prepped before we leave.
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Where are you off to, dude?
I don't know where I want to move, but I'm buying a place.
Congrats, man.
Thank you. I'm very excited. I want to get something nice. Something like,
Treat yourself.
I'm going to treat myself, because I actually don't care about materialistic things. But if it's a house, dude, it's where you live, I care about the things that matter, like what my bed feels like and how good my toothbrush is. But, I don't care about materialistic things. I want my house to be awesome.
Your house will be awesome.
I don't even count that as materialistic. I want to have parties and stuff.
You told me about that one thing that you were trying to order that never came in through the mail. And I knew that you have good house aesthetic right away. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
It was a bazooka.
Yeah, dude. Oh, where's my bazooka?
You never found out about that, hey?
No, it was a
That sucks.
deactivated bazooka from the UK, and I paid $600 for it, and it must have got lost in customs, or they just scammed me. But I might work on getting another bazooka, but it wouldn't be a deactivated one. Like, I want a bazooka that's killed someone, but I guess I'm just gonna maybe get a fake one.
Yeah, because the deactivated bazooka, they were like, he could probably pretty easily activate this.
Maybe.
It's probably my assumptions of what customs was thinking. It's like, oh, it's just missing a pin.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one that's more so replicated. But you know what? That reminds me, I do need to get a bazooka still.
You do need to get a bazooka still. I'm looking forward to what this house is gonna look like.
That is a little materialistic, but I think everyone needs a bazooka.
Mine's a katana.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No, I literally can't be around blades. I actually accidentally cut myself twice with a switchblade about 2 days ago, trying to take off a wristband. Like,
oh, you got just nicked yourself?
Yeah, dude.
I hope you wouldn't be using a katana to cut off your bracelet.
No. Are katanas legal here?
Katanas are legal.
Ooh, my switchblade's illegal.
Switchblades are illegal.
Yeah, it can't go over 2 inches, and mine's 6.
That's a lot of inches, dude. Depending on who you ask.
6? I don't know.
Yeah, those switchblades, man. If they were legal, do you remember how cool the greasers were in that book?
Yeah.
I remember just like, I need to go get a blade.
Yeah,
I went and bought one.
I love mine, but it's not like, I don't know. It's not like it'd kill anyone with it, but it's like meant for knife fights. That's why they're illegal, because you stick it on their heart and you press the button and it goes poof.
Yeah, I didn't have a switch. I had I think it's called like a butterfly knife where you can.
Yeah, those are sick.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. The katana though, the katana's been a project for some time that I haven't completed, but that will feel like my bazooka, because I want to have it made for me.
I love that.
So I've been gathering the material to actually have it made. And I always tell my friends, like, when I will never have a katana hanging over my door until this specific one is hanging over my door.
I see.
And when it's done, I've made it, because that's like the one material thing I do really want.
You get that katana and I'll get my bazooka, and then we'll have a war.
Hey, everybody, we're having a party. It's called The Duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a good time, man. Yeah, I'm excited for you to have that. You're going to stick in LA, though, yeah?
Me?
Yeah.
Am I going to stay in LA?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I love it here. This is my favorite place in the world. I love LA.
Dude, everybody talks so poorly on it, and I get it. Like, dude, I grew up in the mountains in Canada, and to me, that's heaven on earth. But to people who like to be buzzing all the time, like, I like having this really high level of everybody wants to do business, everybody wants to party, everybody wants to get to know each other. You can go out. When is there ever a night where something isn't happening in this city? If
There's
you want to
always something
find,
happening.
there's always something happening, and
I
weird
like,
things too.
and I like that it's people in the same profession as me. I like feeling like everyone I know is on the same boat. Also, dude, the girls are hot as fuck here. Like, you go to Kansas, bro, it's not the same.
Yeah,
Also,
I've
like,
never
they're
been to
normal as
Kansas.
fuck, dude. They're still wearing Victoria's Secret, like, yoga pants and like, basketball sweaters. Like, it's just, dude, like, come on, dude.
Yeah, be original a bit.
Girls don't like me there. I like it here.
Dude, I find LA is everybody has so uniquely their own style that if you don't have your own really unique style, you look out of place for wearing actually something pretty normal.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
But there is people that just aren't swagged out.
there are non-swaggy people.
It's a crime.
But now I find when I'm dressing pretty normal here, when I go back to Canada, my girlfriend, it was the first thing she actually said to me. She was like, first thing she saw was my outfit, and she said, "Where are you from? Because you're not from here. That outfit does not look like it's from here." And I was like, and I looked and I was like, this one is a little too swaggy today.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, this is my outfit every day.
thumb.
Besides when I go out, dude, I rock the pajamas and the crop top. This is my outfit every single day. That's kind of like, it kind of sucks meeting people because this is the version of me that they may, not the swagged out me.
But
on
you're
camera.
not trying. You don't care, anyways.
But I don't care, baby. I do not care. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, dude, this is the pajamas every day until I'm going out, and then we're vibing.
You got new ink recently, hey?
Yeah,
Which, you got that one on
ink.
your forearm, and
I'm getting
that
3
one's
more.
new too,
I'm
right?
getting 3 more on Friday.
More, bro. You've been going hard.
Oh yeah, I've been going hard as a dick. I might get my neck blasted. I'm filling up. I have a goal.
I'm still down to go to that
waiting.
shop.
I'm tired of waiting. I have a goal and I'm gonna hit it. Also, I'm gonna get my eyebrow pierced today.
Dude, you're on a roll. You're like, here's the thing. Life's been pretty good recently. I'm gonna get all those tattoos. I'm gonna get the piercing, and in fact, I'm gonna get the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want the cake and every single.
Actually,
slice.
no, I gotta wait on my piercing because I'm gonna be doing house tours. I'm gonna wait on the piercing.
Are you gonna rent or buy?
Buy.
Then what are you scared of for the?
Oh, does it matter?
Nah, you're buying the house, dude. They don't really care who buys it.
Okay, let's fucking go.
Yeah,
Let's fucking go.
They care about, are you approved? Do you have the cash? Can you do it? Okay, sweet.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
It's an agreed upon price. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're renting, I get it.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, that's
Well, people like to sell to families.
I think people just like to sell.
That's true. Is it hard to sell? I mean, I feel like, are they looking at a wide majority of options?
Like, I feel like when you're selling your home, you're not like, it's between who do I want to own this property? You know, like in the odd case, let's say if you built something like really unique that is like close to your heart and it's like a legacy that you're having to sell. But I feel like majority of the properties, you're more so going to be in the position of who gives me the best offer and how fast can they move on the timeline that I want to move it up. I don't like not being completely content with not being able to walk around at night.
Exactly,
Right.
dude. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Where I come from, like, you don't even have to lock your door. Right?
Yeah. Same
So-
same here. Same here. Kansas is pretty harmless.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's quite a blessing. So it's like once you've experienced that, you want to always have that, right? It's good security. But I'm looking forward to that for you.
Me too, man. I'm very excited to and Johnny's coming with me, of course.
Johnny's gonna stay with you?
Of course.
Sick.
Of
Yeah, you guys
course.
can't separate, man. Like that
No,
relationship.
dude. We're besties and we really have built a lot together. So
Yeah, and
he's coming with me.
keep on the momentum. You guys are both putting out a decent amount of music too, right?
We put around a song. We put around one song a month. I put out a stream. I stream every single day. I post a stream video on YouTube every single day, and I post on YouTube once a month. I mean, I post on YouTube once a week.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're doing a lot more than
So
once a month right now.
so people get content from me every single day.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. Like a lot of creators just putting out the consistency of the content is one thing, but
It's
seems
so
like
easy
you've
though.
got your own formula.
It's so easy. It's so easy. Like I could do more work.
But you love what you're doing though.
Yeah.
Too, right? I find a lot of creators that I talk to, it's like they'll get stuck in a form of content that isn't necessarily what they're in love with doing every single day, but it's what's paying their bills. And what a vicious trap to get into. So you're in a spot where you're like, I dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it's working out, because I love it. If I didn't love it, it wouldn't work out. There's people that don't love it and it doesn't work out for them.
Yeah, and that's good advice for anybody to take too. Like, dude, if you don't love what you're doing, don't do it.
Because the only way to make it, I feel like in this world, is having true passion for what you want to do. Like, you really can do anything. I was sitting in school like, I'm going to be something one day. Fuck this class. And I believed it so hard, and I tried so hard and wanted so hard, but I consider what I'm doing right now something that didn't need school, something that I could have seen myself doing. So I think if you really want it, you actually could do anything. But a lot of people just say they want it. They don't actually want it. When you want it, you get that shit.
When you want it, you're going to do whatever you have to do in order to make it possible. Right?
Because anything you have to, like even sucking a homeless guy's dick.
It's not people have been known to do it if they have to, if that gives them what they want. That must be like a homeless man genie. Like I'll grant you 3 wishes, but there's 3 courses of action that you have to do. What do you do inside that situation, Jake, if you find out that there's a homeless man genie? You can have anything you want, brother. But
you gotta. Oh man,
what do you do?
Well, I mean, we're all mammals. At the end of the day, baby, I'm gonna get what I want.
We're right out of Hollywood. There's like people start coming up to the fence right away. I'm a genie, Jake.
You never know, and I mean, you don't know until you got to figure it out. You know, it could be true.
Fuck around and find out,
yeah,
man.
Right?
Yeah, fuck around.
Don't want to miss my opportunity on a genie. I guess I got to believe this guy.
Yeah. Well, no, but babe, you don't get it. He promised me 3 wishes. Yeah, dude. That's congrats on all the success, man. I'm stoked to be watching one of my friends win live.
Thank you, bro. Like, it's awesome. It's super awesome and rad and dope.
Yeah.
I'm very I've like had like a little bit of a jump before on social media, and I didn't even realize it until I was looking back on that jump. So now that this jump is happening, I'm trying to very much so appreciate it. But also I'm not like I don't wear it on my sleeve. I don't care. I don't talk about it. I just appreciate it. I love it. It's great. I'm enjoying it.
Do you have any future aspirations? You say you want the world, you want everything. Do you have any big plans or anything coming up that you're looking forward to attempting, or do you want to just stay at the same pace of putting out the content and what you're doing right now? Because
no
that's
plans.
What's working.
Only
no
right
plans,
now.
Just flowing.
Only right now.
Cool, man.
Whatever. Tomorrow I don't give a shit about it.
But now,
I mean, there are things, I'm working on putting together an album that I want to try to get out in a month. And yeah, I am looking for a house. So those are a few future things.
Those are pretty big things though, dude.
Yeah, but those are things that I got to do.
Do you and Johnny write the music together a lot, being in the same house?
I write everything for me, and he does the same. Like he hopped on one of my songs, but like I wrote his part because it was my song. We're very DIY.
Yeah, cool.
Which adds a lot of character to it.
He's really talented himself, man. Like I obviously got to know him through you. Right?
Yeah, no one's like him.
Yeah,
that's why I love him.
He's very unique.
Yeah, I love it.
Very
I love
unique.
the shit out of Johnny.
And another thing like I love about this city though, man, is like you know, if I want to judge a book by its cover, right? If I'm gonna walk by Johnny, I've got another friend back in Canada who's like, I really learned to just get to know everybody, right? Because if I were to talk to Johnny, I'd be like, oh, nice to meet you, man, right? But actually, like going and sitting down and taking the time to get to know him, I'm like, you are dope, dude. Like I really like Johnny.
He's I feel like we're just so similar in ways, but also so different. So it's just perfect.
Yeah, yeah. He's a G. Love to hang out with the guy more. Hope those opportunities keep prevailing themselves.
For sure.
I'm sure they will, man. You guys are pretty stuck at the hip right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What's are you going back home for Christmas? Coming up right here?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a few days.
Dude, I'm sure your family's excited to see you and
Yeah,
celebrate all
yeah.
this with you.
It time moves by a little slow there, but it's always nice seeing the fam.
Do you miss the slow pace?
No.
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 You like keeping up the speed like me?
Yeah, dude. Live fast.
What's that saying? Live fast, die young.
Yeah, but I like the
The
saying, too fast to live, too young to die. Vivian Westwood. It's like
Too fast lived.
or I have them on my belly, live to die.
Okay. That's a cool spot.
Because we're all just living to die.
Yeah, it's the inevitable that we all like to not think about. Memento mori.
I don't speak Italian.
Yeah, I think it's the Greek term. I want to say it's philosophy, where it's I believe the meaning for it is remember that you must die.
Yeah.
Right? That you're going to die.
Yeah.
That we all die.
Yep.
Yeah. And live that way, and you won't ignore it. And
that's what I do. I live like I'll die tomorrow. Love me while you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy today because we're not granted tomorrow.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good mindset to have. Well, Jake, thanks for coming and hanging out with me, brother. I'm stoked that everybody gets to have this little deep dive on Jake Weber, and I was able to pick it apart.
Oh, yeah.
Come on by anytime that you want to. We're going to be doing this often now, man.
It was an absolute pleasure.